Hi everyone, Letty here. Today I'm going to share with you another Not2Shabby Shop design team project video. This is using the February box of the month. I'm going to make 2 cards from 1 sheet of 6x6 paper. This is going to be a 1-sheet wonder. So welcome back everyone. Again, I'm on the design team for the Not2Shabby Shop for this term. Here's their logo. I'll list their website link and a discount code down below so you can check it out, save some money. There's their information. So I am showcasing their February box of the month. In this video, it has paper pads and stamp sets and ephemeras. It has 2 separate collections, and you usually get a little bit of a freebie. Here's a little lollipop from Jamie. This is an awesome kit, and as of right now, it is still available. So the first half of the collection is Meet Me in Wonderland. So it's an Alice in Wonderland theme set. The paper pad has 24 sheets. You get 6 different designs, 4 of each. So technically 12 different designs because you have back and front double-sided. You've got some coordinating ephemera. It matches the set perfectly. It's so cute. And then you've got 2 stamp sets that are Wonderland themed. You've got the Wonderland Sentiments. This is such a cute stamp set. Really, really cute. Lots of really fun sayings that are very, very much Alice in Wonderland inspired. And then you also have Meet Me in Wonderland. And this is a stamp set that has kind of more image type stamps. And so here's just a quick viewing of some colored images just to kind of make these images kind of come to life for you. Here's just a really basic coloring using some alcohol markers. So that's that first kind of half of the box. The second half of the box has a movie theme. So this one's called Meet Me at the Theater. So this is, again, another paper pad, 24 sheets. It is 6 designs of double-sided paper, 4 of each. So technically 12 designs, which is what you see on that front cover. And then it also comes with coordinating ephemera that, again, matches that paper pad perfectly. And then a really fun stamp set. And this one I've also colored, and this one's called Movie Night. So here are some colored images. In my first video that I did a few days ago, this stamp set was still available. It is no longer available. So the only way to get this stamp set is through the box of the month. That little garland is so cute. It's a popcorn garland. You can see there, you can double it, you can quadruple it. You can just keep stacking that little garland to as far as you'd like. So again, this is the February 2023 box of the month from the Not2Shabby Shop. I will list a website link down below as well as a discount code. So my project number 1 recap for you. This is what I made in my first video. I made a 4-panel 6x6 pop-up gift card holder. Here's what my front looked like. This is the one that we did on camera together. So I did a full tutorial. Again, I will link that video at the very end of this one. So if you just watch to the very end, you'll see that video pop up, and then you can just click on it and it'll take you straight to that video so you can watch it as well. So I will link that at the very end for you. So for this project, I'm going to be using the Wonderland theme items. Now I'm going to take out the stamp set that had the sentiments. I'm not going to use that, but I'm going to be using the paper pad, the Meet Me in Wonderland paper pad, which is still available by itself, the ephemera pack, and then the stamp set that's called Meet Me in Wonderland. And this stamp set is also still available by itself. So I'm also going to be bringing in the February 2023 sheet load of cards. This is inspired or created by Call Me Crafty Owl here on YouTube. And what she does is she puts out a new sketch, a sheet load sketch every month. The only thing that she asks is that you subscribe to her channel. I am going to change up the dimensions just a little bit because I'm using 6x6 paper. You're going to need 1 sheet of 6x6 paper for this project today. And we're going to make 2 cards from the 1 sheet. And here's the first card, which is, again, inspired by the sheet load. So you can see here, my version is just almost exactly like Alicia's version, but it's a little bit different. And so as we go through the video, I will kind of go through how I changed up those dimensions. And I will also do a full recap of all those cards that you saw there that I've already made off camera. We will be making one together on camera today. Here's the second card that I'll be making with my 1 sheet of paper. This is from a Not2Shabby sketch that was from the blog last year. I did add a little bit of some fun stenciling on there. So what I did was I added some stencils with that little diamond pattern print. I used some metallic gold acrylic paint that I had gotten from Joann's. And you see here it is a water-based acrylic. So all I did was blend it with a little bit of water. And then I went ahead and brought in this Tim Holtz stencil that came with a stencil and stamp set. This was a Halloween version, but I used the stencil and I just added and layered up those diamonds on the back of my mat for my second card. So again, the project today is going to make make 2 cards from 1 sheet of 6x6 paper. I'm also bringing in this freebie that I had gotten from my order from Not2Shabby Shop in one of my orders. When you spend over $60, Jamie typically will throw in a freebie. So this was one that I had brought in. This was brand new before I started. You can see I used up a ton of them. So for my sentiment, I am using that Meet Me in Wonderland from the stamp set that came with this box. And then I'm also going to be adding a piece of ephemera that I will pop up on some foam tape, dimensional, tape, double-sided tape from Dollar Tree. Here is what we have. I'm going to again use that February sheet load. Let's go ahead and cut down this paper. Again, I'm going to use 1 sheet of 6x6 paper from the collection. I'm going to make sure to place my top to the right-hand side. So I'm going to just turn it once. I'm going to cut it at 4 inches on that 6-inch side. So now I have a little strip at the top that's 2 inches wide and then a bottom one that is 4 inches. And that bottom one is going to be used for the SheetLoad-Inspired card, which is card number 1. And then that little top strip, I'm going to use it for that Not2Shabby sketch inspired card. So let's go ahead and finish cutting that first paper. I'm going to go ahead and cut it with the top at the top, and I'm going to cut it at 2 1/4 on the 6-inch side. So now I have one that's 2 1/4 and one that's 3 3/4. I'm going to take that piece that's 3 3/4. I'm going to turn it on the side that's 4 inches and then cut it down into 4 even sections of 1 inch. So the final dimension is 3 3/4 by 1 inch. You've got 4 of them. Now number 2. For card number 2, I'm going to take that last little scrap and I'm going to cut it down into 2 inches by 2 inch squares. So I'm going to cut at 4 and then at 2 on the 6-inch side. You see here I've got 3 squares and I can flip and flop them whichever side I want to use of the paper since it's double-sided. Let's assemble these 2 cards. I'm going to move the second one. So for card number 1, this is the SheetLoad-Inspired card. This is the one where I use the bottom half of the 6x6, which is the larger piece. And I have my small mat. That is exactly the same size as Alicia's. I've got a standard A2 mat and a card base. I'm going to go ahead and just layer up my little front panel, which is the same as what you'll see on Alicia's sheet load. The only really big different things are going to be the size of the strips, which is a little bit longer or wider, and then also the A2 size mat, which I'm using, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'll list all of my dimensions down in the description box below, but I definitely encourage you to go on over to Alicia's channel and pick up that sheet load. Again, you just have to be subscribed to her channel and you can get it for free. I'll link that down below. So I've already laid out my strips here. I'm just adding a little bit of a scrap just to kind of even out and make everything flush for whenever I add this little top section. And you see here, I did realize that I accidentally did not mix and match my patterns. I wanted to use the back for the strips and I totally forgot. That's okay. I think it still turns out cute. I've glued down my sentiment and I've added my little embellishment or my piece of ephemera. Now I'm adding some little enamel dots and that is card number 1. So super easy, super quick. This is a really fun sketch. And again, it's inspired by this month's sheet load of cards from Call Me Crafty Al, which is Alicia. So I'm going to put that aside. Let's go ahead and move on to card number 2. So this one is the Not2Shabby Blog Sketch inspired. I do have a piece of ephemera. I've got my little sentiment, and then I have my mat that I use some of that stencil and the gold paint. And then I also am going to bring in this Micron size 5 pen. It's a Pigma Micron 5. I do have a link below to purchase these through Amazon if you want to see what those specs are or if you need some of these types of pens. I'm just going to add some doodle lines. I do find that in some instances that the doodle lines really make the patterns pop. I feel like it just adds an extra dimension to our card. So I'm going to glue down my large A2 size mat, which again, I'll list the dimensions down below. Glue that onto my card front, and then I'm going to layer up the 3 squares in the sort of form and fashion that the Not2Shabby sketch has. And I will try to find that sketch, the original blog post that had the sketch, and I'll link that down below for you as well. And then I did use the same little sentiment kind of corner, the 1/4 of a 4-inch circle, the way that Alicia calls for, on my my second card here as well. You see here, I'm also going to be adding in some enamel dots. I'm trying to figure out which color I like best. Once I decide, I will finish out card number 2. So here is a close-up of a comparison with the sketch. It's not exact, but it's close enough. So again, this was the February 2023 box of the month featuring the sheet load of cards for this month as well. I made some minor adjustments. Here's card number 1, which was sheet load inspired. This was again from Call Me Crafty Al, the February sheet load. I'll link it down below. And so this is the first round of the cards that I did using that inspired card. So again, if you have 6x6 paper, you can do the same cuts that I've shown you in this video and that I'll link down below, and you can make 2 cards from one sheet of 6x6 paper. Here's card number 2. And this is again using the Not2Shabby sketch inspired version. I did include a little sentiment with that little corner. I really like the look of that, where it was just a fourth of the circle. I thought it was fun, it was whimsical, and I thought it would be perfect with this theme. So this was just a really cute, fun collection. Again, 2 cards from one sheet of paper with no scraps. This is a one sheet wonder. And again, I'll list that website link and a discount code down below. And you can also check out the hashtag N2S Meet Me for additional inspiration from the design team this month. Thanks for visiting, everyone. I hope you subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram. Here are a couple videos I think you might enjoy, and happy crafting.